Oh God. Turns out I'm a fan-hating happy clapper, whatever that means, you know. If it means I thought Wednesday worked really hard the other night against a promotion favourite, I had to play the game for 55 minutes with 10 men and still, didn't look second best for large parts of that, and in fact could have taken the lead with 10 men and absolutely worked the bollocks off and fell down to a 2-0 defeat that could have happened 11 against 11, and plenty of teams will go there this season and that'll happen to them, with more men than Wednesday got on pitch, and a referee who seemingly got his cards out at random. If thinking that was an hard-working performance and there were elements to it that Wednesday were unlucky, yeah, that must be a happy clapper. As for 18 fans, I don't hate fans, everyone's got a different opinion, Some people will see that performance with 10 men, 55 minutes, working really hard and still carving out opportunities and say, fucking shit. It's not that I'm not, critical of Wednesday. I am critical of Wednesday. I won't criticise them for their endeavour the other night, or the way they worked, or the way they went about the business. I won't criticise the manager for making the changes that he made before the game to try and look after his players. What I will criticise is the manner of the goals that we concede and where we concede them. Now, we've just had 3 clean sheets on the spin. I thought we'd addressed it, but it's come back to haunt us again because it's the same type of goal. Now, last season it was set pieces that were causing us problems. Wednesday's open play defending was in the top 4, up there with Wickham, MK Dons, Wigan, Rotherham. It was right up there. Our defending of set pieces was right at the bottom end of it. There's only the teams who got relegated who were worse at defending set pieces than us. This season there's been a switch. We've improved a bit with the set pieces, but in the open play it's not been as good. Not conceding lots, but it's the type. It's the type of goal and where they're being scored from. Just have a quick look at the goals we conceded this year. It's the first game of the season. First goal that we concede, it's Pack, gets past Windass, gets to the byline, clips one back in, and Ogilvie gets up, loses his man, I think it's Gregory, and heads it home. Second goal, Jacobs. Again, it's a ball into the box. This time it's just inside the penalty spot, headed home from close range. The third Portsmouth goal, this time the kid in the wide position is able to have 2 touches, put his head up and then deliver it into the box, where Bishop nods it home from a central position. So there's already a theme starting here. We then go 3 games keeping clean sheets and you think, hang fire, they've worked on this. And certainly in the last game, the Charlton game, it was actually noticeable how well Wednesday defended crosses. They put plenty of crosses in and we defended them all really, really well. The MK Dons game, we're defending it a lot better. We looked most at threatening that when we had the ball at feet in our own box with our possession. But we were looking sharper with the defending crosses. But again, tonight it's come back. Peterborough, first goal. Ward gets in, wide position, whips one right across the box. Clark Harris jumps. In fact, he doesn't really have to jump. It's a sort of half skip and a glancing header into the corner. The second goal, Taylor drives 20 yards down the right hand side, sort of cuts in, then has a look up and clips one in, and it's Thompson who's made that little glancing run. But again, completely unmarked. Now, if we look at the position of where the delivery has come from, it's all in this tiny, narrower area, no deeper out than the edge of the D, all concentrated on the right hand side. And the goals themselves clustered in and around that penalty spot. We haven't conceded a goal from outside the box. We haven't conceded a goal that's come from a wider position than the width of the goal post. So there's a huge theme building here, and teams will be looking at that. They will. The game's full of it these days. There's analysts for everything, and every single team in the league will be looking at that. They'll look at the Portsmouth goals, they'll look at the Peterborough goals, and they'll be saying there's a clear weakness here. Wednesday will afford you space down that left hand side, allow you to get delivery in, and in the middle of the park, more often than not, they call ball watching. It must be addressed. What the manager can actually do about it, I'm not sure, other than make personnel changes, which he has done and then gets accused of tinkering. I don't know, but defending crosses into the box, You can set training sessions up all day and have balls coming into the box left, right and centre and people are heading them away. But in a game situation, if they get caught ball watching, what can you do? We've got the players we've got. Players have got to take personal responsibility of who's behind them, who's over the shoulder. And when the ball's out there, not just... You've got to... That ball's out there and you've got to... Where's he? Where's he? That is down to the players largely for me. Anyway, let me know what you think. But don't just say it's fucking shit. Please. The other thing is, stop the cross. The Portsmouth game, the Peterborough game, I do think there was a subtle difference. Yes, the goals have come in from the same area and into the same area. What's happened between there and yesterday, though, is those games in the middle with the clean sheets. And I think there's a reason we kept clean sheets in those games and why we're defending crosses better. We played with a flatter midfield game, certainly in the Sunderland game, and they were moving across as a unit, as like a column. So I think it was Palmer at right wing back. George Byers was getting across, so when they were trying to get that overload, they weren't. It was a 2v2. Wednesday weren't pressing us out the pitch, they were letting them have a bit of the ball, and they were ensuring we got behind the ball and got cover positions over there. Equally on the other side of the pitch, we got James left centre half against Sunderland, Brown on the left, but we'd also got Backinson going out there to support, so there was never that overload. Similarly against Charlton at the weekend, different players again, but we were getting players across to make a 2v2 in the wide areas, which helped stop the opportunity the crosses coming in the box. Against Peterborough, we couldn't really do that because we've got 3 in the middle, we'd still got the 2 up front with a man down, so there was more space. When they were engineering it round in the middle, we were chasing shadows a bit, and then when it got popped out, it was usually a 1v1. I do think that's why Darren Moore went to a back 4 for the last 15 minutes, whatever it were, to try and negate that. Didn't work, tired bodies, whatever. We can still get out of there closer to the man, but I do think there's a bit of a difference between the Plymouth game and the Portsmouth game that we've got to bear in mind. But, when it comes into the box, when it comes into your zone, you've got to know where he is, and you've got to know when to leave him and go and head the ball, and when to try and take him out. But subtly take him out.